Well, good evening, everyone. You are very welcome to TTML, the first round of Division 4 starting here, as everyone has so far, at Albert Park, Australia. My name is Graham Chappell, and I am joined today by my co-commentator, Joseph the Yawner Coreboy. Hi, Joe.
Well, Graham, glad to be here on a fantastic Friday night at 8 o'clock.
It's actually
Lovely.
not even 8 o'clock, but it is good
Oh,
to have you
well,
here, Joe.
yeah, thanks. Sorry about last week. Was one.
That's okay, Joe. So, a new season, Joe. New drivers, new league even as well with the merger with TMC. What are your initial thoughts, having been part of it since the social races and then the build up then as well, the evaluation races, and then even get your own season started there during the week as well?
I I just excited like Graham, like everyone else, excited for the new league. Two leagues merging. Everyone on Twitter is excited, so I just want clean, good racing, and you know yourself, a bit of carnage and whatnot. But other than that, I'm just happy to be here with you and hopefully a good season.
Well, Joe, I'm happy you're with me because it's going to be a season of shenanigans, but it's going to be fun, and we get to watch these drivers take part in it as well. Speaking of, I am going to attempt to go through the driver lineups before we get into the actual event, so to speak. So I do apologise for the absolute butchering of names that's going to take place over the next minute or so. But hey, you can feel free to tell me where I'm mispronouncing, please. I do welcome it because I need help. In the Mercedes, it is TTG Storm partnering OWR Denial. I do apologise if that is incorrect name pronunciation, but we're going to roll with it for now until told otherwise. In the Ferrari, TTML Robin partners Callum Payne. In the Red Bull, TTGA Conti partners TTGA Key. In the McLaren, Charlie is partnered with Lion. In the Racing Point, Holton rather is partnered with Martin. Alfa Romeo is consisting of aquaplaning. I assume that's aquaplaning since there's no E in aquaplaning, but maybe
Yep.
that's what the intention was. Aquaplaning? Aqua, we'll go with it. It was partnered by DJ Williamson. In the Renault, we've got an all Norwegian lineup of Nadell and Axnes. In the Haas, well, this to long viewers of TMC, this one from the past, this will not surprise you. Synchronizer DJ is of course in the Haas. He is partnered by New Zealand Cam. New Zealand NSL, sorry, it's Cam.
It's
Right, he's
New
partnered
Zealand.
by
It's
yeah,
New Zealand. Just yeah.
he's partnered by Cam in the Haas. In the Alpha Tauri, we've got Kelvin and Cygate. And then to finish off in the Williams, you've got Hades and Pariah. I think we eventually decide what we're going to go with. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I think that's suitable. Yeah.
after much trial and tribulation, pre-stream trying to figure out what the pronunciation of that name was, Pariah is what we settled on. Oh, Joe, what a perfect segue, because we are about to head in to the session. That worked out an
With
absolute treat.
yeah, but it's disappointing. There's only 15 drivers on the opening showing in Albert Park. But maybe people are away and have stuff to do and they're just not able to race. But we'll go ahead with the 15 drivers.
Such is life. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, hello, hello. Just say New Zealand Cam. Everyone else does. Can I just say Cam? Maybe that works. So it will be maybe easier. But thank you for clarifying, though. I might just go with Cam if that's okay. Hello, Mr. Kevin. How are you today, sir? So we're getting into it. Whether it would be interesting to see what the story is. We had some interesting wrinkles with the other races during the week. Particularly now, Division 2 was very enjoyable. Not because it was raining, but because of the strategy and safety cars threw up an interesting array of events. But we shall see as we head in. Oh dear, that looks overcast, but I think that is dry, but very overcast, Joe.
Yeah, I think it is, Graham. But it was like that yesterday in Division 2, and it was sunny then for the race. But maybe it looks like it's brightening up a bit though. To be fair.
Well, it's certainly dry enough, so at least we'll get some dry running. I do wonder if we might see some rain quickly, but judging by the fact we're not seeing people already pouring out of the pits, as you know, if that was the case, if that we were expecting rain, it is an absolute mad dash to get there as soon as possible. Seems okay though, but it does, yeah, it looks threatening, doesn't it? I have to say, it does look a little threatening. We'll see what happens though.
Who is the first one out? Pariah.
Pariah.
Oh, just do
In
one thing. Turn
the
on the
Williams.
audio sound.
Yes, please do. I am having issue with my my. Oh, there we go. I couldn't. It wouldn't let me go on to the broadcast view for a minute there. I disconnected my wheel because with my wheel I've got lack of buttons. So when it's combined with my controller, then I don't have control to a lot of the stuff I would normally have access to. But I took my wheel out, so we should be all good. So, phew. Crisis averted, Joe.
Sorry, Graham. Don't worry about it. I'm here. Feeding me.
Thanks, I really appreciate that, Joe.
Graham, what are you thinking qualifying times?
Well, Joe, I'm not 100% sure. We saw some really competitive times so far, but I'm really not sure what to expect here, to be honest. So, I'm not sure as we... I think it's a car already. That's a Haas. It's Cam. It's coming out of the infamous turns 11 and 12. Well, 12 more so than anything else. I'm not really sure what to expect, Joe, nor really what to expect in terms of who lies where in terms of pace, because I think a lot of the people who were in Evaluation Race 4, a lot of them ended up in Division 3. So at least the front runners were, so I'm really not sure what to make. I guess we'll find out, as Pariah is going to get us at least started on a flying lap as he heads down towards turn 3. No ABS, fair play. Nice and clean. See what he does heading through. Leaves the curb on the inside, I think, out of turn 5. Some people like to hit it, some people like to avoid it. Can unsettle the car. And, ooh, he's gone over the track limits, but it hasn't punished him. As he makes his way around towards turn 9. Back end loves to get away here. But he's on the power early. Maybe using medium traction. You would expect a few assists, Joe, at this rate. It is Division 4 after all.
I suppose, yeah. That's not too bad, whatever you feel comfortable with, I guess.
Absolutely. So, it's been clean. It's been a very clean lap from Pariah. We'll see how quick it is. But it has been a pretty clean lap. And he's going to be the first one to set a time. His teammate's just coming out of the final corner now. But himself, Pariah will be first. And then we're going to have a racing point, I believe, set the time behind him, if it is indeed valid. So what are we working with to start here? It is a banker of a 21.6. So maybe not especially quick, but it was a clean lap. And when you get your banker going, Joe, that's probably the most important thing, is just to get it in, and then maybe you can build up the pace as you go along.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just try and bear that again. As Synchronizer goes faster by 2/10. But yeah, you just have to keep it in between the track limits and try not hit the wall, I guess, unlike myself. Yeah, we won't talk about that. Maybe another day.
TJ Williams goes quickest 20.7. I was going to joke about that at the start for your intro, but because you like a bit of a dunf, Joe, don't you?
Graham.
A DNF for
No,
the uneducated.
We won't get into this now, right? We won't get into this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll just concentrate on Division 4 tonight. Right?
Hey, you're the one that brought it up.
No, we won't. Yeah, but I was keeping that underneath the carpet. We won't be speaking about that one.
But you lifted up the carpet for everyone to see it, so.
Yeah, well, just concentrate on Division 4.
Oh, Joe, there's not a lot to concentrate on because everyone's either coming into the pits or has invalidated their lap. So Martin Bell is going to start another lap here, having invalidated the first one. I think Cabs is starting a lap. Can you find anyone on an actual flying lap here? Maybe Nadella's on a flying lap. No, he's coming into the pits. So not a lot going on.
He's
just done a run on the mediums. Only 5 people have set a proper lap time so far, so track limits are an issue. We can go through a few of those, to be fair. Turn 1, turn 2, easy to do. Cut or exceed. Heading down towards...
Turn 4.
You could do a bit of turn 4. Turn 5, maybe not so much. Turn 6 and 7 definitely can. In fact, because you really want to take as much of the curb as possible. on those. I think this is another back. I think it's back-to-back laps. To be fair, from Key. Let's see what he's got. It's a 21. Actually, the first lap was just a warm-up lap. 21.2 for Key on the medium. So put himself up onto the front row. But I do expect we'll be seeing a fair amount of change as things carry on.
Cam's on lap, Graham, coming into the famous Wesker corner.
Would you like to explain, Joe, why it is referred by some as the Wesker corner?
Well, I don't really know the story now, being honest with you, but I know that Wesker been the lap one there.
So who is Wesker for a start? Would you like to?
Wesker is the big. He is.
What division is he
Austrian,
racing?
He's in Division 2, but he's really sandbagging. He should be in Division 1, really.
So, okay, so
yeah.
because I was going to bring this up because it wasn't relevant.
Oh, we're bringing it up, right? We're bringing it up.
But the reason why some people refer to it as the Wesker corner is because during qualifying he binned is F1 2018. He binned it during qualifying, and
yes.
then an F1, and then lap 1 of the same race he also binned it. I think lap 1 or 2 as well, the same corner, and hence it has been dubbed by some in the F1 community as the Wesker corner. So there you go. Again, I wasn't going to bring it up, but since Joe brought it up, context, Joe. Context is important.
Sorry. Oh, and
we have a first casualty of the of said Wesker corner. It is Holton.
Ooh.
And he's lost it coming out of turn 12. Where AJ lost it. AJ, otherwise known as Merck, lost it as well. So absolute traffic jam, Joe, coming into this last sector. It's absolute chaos as drivers try to avoid. Yeah, the drivers try to avoid. There's some drivers off the track. Drivers trying to get out the way. We finally picked up someone on a lap. It's Sygate. Finally, we'll get some action here across the line. It's taken long enough, and he's gone into third place at 21 flat. Joe, will we see a lap in the 19s, do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe by, I don't know, maybe Kiki might, maybe Charlie might. I don't know, like, I don't know the pace in this division, like, it's just coming in here, like, blindfolded, basically, not knowing what's the pace, like.
Well,
I suppose there's only 9.5 minutes left, 9.5 minutes gone, or left, sorry, left. Under the, yeah, so we'll know in about 7 or 8 minutes.
Or 9 even?
Maybe 9, yeah.
We'll find out. There's really not a ton going on. I think we're kind of into the second runs now, finally. So a lot of people did not make good uses of their first runs. Hence, like 5 or 6 drivers really, like only put laps in. Finally getting some running in. That is Nadell going up to second place in the Renault, 20.7. So we're getting closer and closer. Just 6 thousandths ahead of DJ Williamson there, but we're getting closer to that provisional pole time set by Martin Bell. Martin Bell, as Hades then gets even closer than what Nadell did, 20.664, so just a couple of hundredths behind. So, and there it is. There is provisional pole for TTGA Charlie, 20.3. To be honest, I do expect him to be quite far up this field. Having raced with him briefly in the past, I know he's got some pace, and I do think he has got some good potential, and I think we're going to see some of that tonight, Joe.
Yeah, he was fast in the last game when I was in the classic cars. He had a good bit of pace.
He did, didn't he?
But to be fair, he's after going to put in a good lap at the moment. Hopefully he get drop into the 19s.
I hope to see someone in the 19s for sure. Though it's going to have to be a significant gain because again we're a good 4 tenths off. So, as in like obviously 4 tenths get into the 19s. 3 tenths obviously puts you into a 20 flat. In case anyone gets any funny ideas.
So So Graham, I wanted to ask you this before the stream.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
what helmets do you fancy?
So, yes, so you're going to learn quickly that I do like a good helmet, and I like looking for good creative helmets from the drivers, because I think a helmet is a very important piece of the car and the driver. So, how you match different. By the way, this is a good time to talk about because there's 3 cars on track, so, you know, we're going to fill the space somehow. So, I'm looking at Key's helmets, quite nice, I like that. I see a few plain white helmets, and that's disappointing, I must be honest now. It's I'd like to see a bit more originality and diversity.
Wow, jeez.
So I like Martin's helmet here, to be fair. So look, I could talk about helmets and how it complements the car and all such all day, but we have a retirement, and that is Key, and that is through. That's out. That's a fair bit out of turn 12, to be fair. So it looks like he's trying to. We can't go on board obviously because.
Oh, I seen that actually. Yeah, I was on board with him. I think he lost out off the curb. The curb just spat him straight to the wall.
I think he's tried
Yeah.
to. He's actually gone. I think he's gone a good bit down that road trying to fight that thing, and eventually lost. As the car's just been cleared off now. Oh, DJ Williamson almost followed him. To be fair, had to get off the throttle there. I think he's actually trying to fight that for a good bit down the road, and eventually lost that battle, and ended up in the. Well, that's a shame though, because his pace was decent enough on those mediums, and I assume he was going to be building up to a soft run, and oh, we're not going to see it now.
It's unfortunate, but hey ho, life goes on.
Yeah, he'll have to. To be fair, like it's not a grid of 20 drivers, so you know, worst case scenario, starting P15. That is there could be worse places to start from there, and he gets to pick his own strategy as well. So do you know what? Assuming no one else, assuming he's plucked out of the top 10, which you know you expect. So I expect that he'll have a choice of strategy. So who knows how that will work out? We shall see. Just 5 minutes to go, Joe. And well, I missed it because I'm an absolute doof. But Martin got into the 19s there by quite a way, a 19.6.
I didn't even see that. I actually didn't see that.
No, I didn't either. He's not only gone into the 19s, but he's absolutely blown away everyone else in the process. So, I'd like to think it was after the helmet talk because, although if you're distracted from a pole run from helmets, I think that's a justifiable excuse. I'm just kidding. I do apologise.
Yeah, who's on track? Askin's going into the turn 13 now, Graham.
That's DJ Williamson, Joe, I think.
Askin's.
Axnes, you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, is that him?
I
DJ
think
Williamson's
so.
in the pit, Graham.
Yeah, he had a lap that was invalid, so he came in tight enough to put on new set of softs and get back out in time. But Axnes is going to come through then. What has he got in his locker? It's a 20.2. Puts him on the front row, but if the tyre telemetry is to be believed, Joe, it's on 3-lap-old softs. How would that negatively affect?
I believe that's wrong.
Is that wrong?
Masters, get that fixed ASAP.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was wrong, but assuming, Joe, it is correct, right? Just we'll play into it. Well, especially on this track, what are the disadvantages of running along in qualifying here on that tyre? So taking that wear into the race.
Oh, yeah, it's not nice because you know the wear happens on formation lap as well, Graham.
Yes, it does.
It's not nice. As Cam goes into the 19s as well.
Yeah, 19.8. So a little more competition there. We're finally seeing some times in the 90s. This is what you'd like to see. But continue on that train of thought, Joe.
Yeah, Graham, it's not very nice because you pick up nearly at least 3%, or well, I picked up nearly 3% on the mediums there on the lap. Excuse me, on yesterday. But like, sure, you'd be nearly starting the race on nearly 11-12% on your softs. If you're he's doing that. Apparently, he's done 3 laps on them softs. So I'd say his wear would be roaring through the roof. I'd say it'd be in the high 20s, but Yeah, tire wear is it's not nice really around here. I don't think, on the softs at least.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, well, you mentioned the tire warm up. Thankfully, you wouldn't have to do too much to get a soft up to temperature, but it is a little annoying that it's something else you have to bear in mind. Especially like it won't be so much a problem here, but if you, for whatever reason, decide to go for say sauce on say China, that
Oh,
that
oh,
will not work
oh.
out very well.
No, they won't. No, oh, Jesus. Ah, no, I don't. I did a few 25% and I didn't think it was too bad. Well, never mind. No, never mind. Never mind.
You think
Never mind.
you
Never
get
mind. Just
mixed up, Joe?
remembered. No, I didn't get mixed up. It was just, yeah, I just thought about the race strategy. It was, the minute we started the lap, Jeff was like, pitting next lap, box, box, box.
I'm gonna go on board here with
So,
Charlie as he heads. Gonna go for an on-board lap. So he goes through turn one, trying to take as much of that curve as possible, and then trying to exceed. Then heading out of turn two, turn three, try to hit that apex on the power, nice and early. Drops back down to third, heading through turn four, then turn five. As he takes a rides very close to that curb, just about kisses it. Bit down on his time though, but a nice clean section through 7 and 8, sticking as tight as he can to the right hand side, minimise the amount of track covered. Bit of a lock up then again, but a nice clean exit then, heading out of turn 10. And the make or break arguably of this lap, as we've talked about, the turn 11 and 12 complex, purple sector 2. Misses the apex on the exit and he's lost it. He has lost it. But he is going to live to fight another day as has to stop there as the red out comes through. Thankfully for him, the back was what led into the back of the car was the first bit that made impact with the barrier, not the front. While that is lap blown, as he has to jump out of the way, while that is lap blown, Joe, it's not the, well, I mean, actually, it actually doesn't matter because the check flag is actually out right now. So Axnes then, I think, is going to miss, unless this is he's missed the cut here, hasn't he? So DJ Williamson, I believe, is going to be the first man. It looks like he did. Check flag is out as DJ Williamson goes into third, then 20.1. And that was Pariah then going into fifth place. Robin then can only get himself up to 10th. I think that is Nadal coming across the line. 20.6 for him. So, Joe, we're not seeing a ton. What are you talking about? Joe, the checker flag is out.
Yeah, there's no checker flag on my screen for Nadal.
You have to learn. You have to trust your eyes, Joe, and not Codemasters.
Grim, he's on a lap, like.
It's okay, Joe. Don't worry about it. Checker flag is out, right? And it has been for about half a minute, three-quarters of a minute.
Never mind.
Synchronizer goes up to 8 then. So top 10 for him. Hades then, 20.6 for him. It's very close down there. And he's going to stay down there. He could only do a 20.7. Martin did not improve, and I think that is going to do it, because even if Axnes was on a lap, it is invalid. So I believe that is going to be our lot from a qualifying session that was a bit spread out on the old action there.
Graham, I believe Kelvin, did he get blocked? Nadal's definitely on a lap, Graham. I'm telling you.
I'm convinced he passed that line after 0. You can go watch the stream and check. He's made a hash of the last corner anyways.
Never mind, like. He's definitely not improving anyways.
No. Feel free to check, but I'm absolutely convinced that checker flag was on 0. The timer was on 0 when you went by that line, but you can feel free to correct me. That is it though.
No,
Joe, why don't you run us down through the qualifying standings there?
Yeah, I will. You're right. Martin Bell, 19 is in first, 19.6. Cam in second. DJ Williamson in third. Asknes in fourth. Piria in fifth. Charlie in sixth. Nadal in seventh. Synchronizer in eighth. Tygate in ninth. Hades in 10th. Robin in 11th. Key in 12th on mediums. Conti, Kelvin, and Lord Holton rounding out qualifying.
You were struggling to hold that together. Are you okay?
Yeah, I wasn't able to
I
say
thought you
full
were gonna.
names there.
I thought you were about to burst into flames, and/or laughter.
Yeah, Graham. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I just have to run to the toilet.
No worries, Joe. Thank you for that information. That was definitely TMI. Right, gonna try and get this back on track. Thanks, Joe. It's round one for everyone, all right? Oh dear. So it's dry, and we'll see what weather plays into effect. We'll see if safety cars play into effect. We'll see what the drivers outside the top 10 elect to ride with. I imagine most will go with mediums, but we shall find out in due course. So final few seconds tick down, and we can get this show on the road for Division 4. Thanks for joining. Not that I'm ending this, but just thanks. You could be doing a lot of other things with your Friday evening, so do appreciate you stopping by for this, well, can only consider it as a commentary train wreck so far. Anyways, away we go with the formation lap. So yeah, as expected, to be fair, there's only 5 drivers outside the top 10. 5 drivers outside the top 10. 3 of those have gone for the mediums, being Robin, Conti, and Kelvin. Key has gone for the soft, aggressive strategy for Key. That might work out because I think he was basically a top 10 runner anyway, so that might work out. There's your recommended predicted pit stop strategy rather. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Holton then at the back going on the hard. So if he goes long and we get a safety car, then who knows what might happen when it comes to that. So yeah, run down to turn 1, decent length, get a good start, see what your chances are, but I'd imagine a lot of the overtaking on this first lap, Joe, will be down towards turn 3.
Turn 3. Yeah, there will, yeah. Be a few dive bombs maybe from most people, but I expect it to be quite clean, to be fair.
First race of the season can
who
be...
Who are you predicting, Graham? Who are you predicting
who
for
am
the
I going
first win?
predicting? It's hard to look other than Martin, to be honest, in terms of pace. Now we've seen penalties decide races up and down the division so far. I expect that'll be a factor again. We'll see what safety cars play into effect. Maybe people can build up enough of a gap. Maybe that won't be as much of an issue. But I'm expecting to see penalties here, and yeah, with that, I think Martin's got a good chance for pole position. Difficult to overtake sometimes at this track.
Everyone write your predictions in the YouTube chat.
What about you, Joseph? What way are you leaning?
I think Charlie, maybe. Charlie, Martin, and DJ Williamson.
I hope that's your podium and not your 3 separate predictions.
No, that's my podium, Graham.
That's your podium, okay. I'm glad. Well, DJ Williamson is starting from a good spot here on 3rd, but he's going to have to hope for a bad start from 1 to 2 in front, because where he's spotted on that grid might be a little bit difficult for him to make a move into turn 1, or if he can nip around the outside. We'll see what happens. Let's actually go on board with him very briefly to see what his launch is like off the start. And here we go then. Building up 5 red lights. And away we go. Looks like a decent start, to be fair, from DJ Williamson, as time screen is absolutely all over the place. But it looks good as he heads into turn 1. A lot of ghosting going on, so which means it should be fairly clean going through turn 1. And they all seem to have made it, Joe, without relative bother. So he head down towards turn 3 for the first time then. Looks like Synchronized has got the jump then. Has he? No, just the timing screens are absolutely all over the place, but there's a Renault going through. Side-by-side action as well. Oh, McLaren onto the grass. That's Charlie. Lost the back end. His wing has been damaged. So not a great start for Charlie. Hopefully these time screens sort themselves out as quickly as possible. But other than that, I think we are getting back into shape. But Martin then leading away from New Zealand Cam, who initially didn't get the best start, but DJ Williamson then wasn't able to do anything about it. Pariah then looks like he's got himself up to 4th then as well. So a few incidents, Joe, but a lot of ghosting I think has saved a lot of people on that first lap.
I believe Key was caught up in one of them instances. He's 7 seconds behind. But everyone looks for... Oh, there's a McLaren. Charlie's in the wall. Did he hit the wall? turn 12.
See, he's got wing
Yeah,
damage as
right
well, you
end.
see. He had wing damage
Right
beforehand.
side.
Oh, and Robin's gone skidding into the barrier, and he is out of this race, and the safety car is deployed. Now, interestingly, it's been deployed while some drivers have gone past the pits, others, like Synchronizer, did not, and they are coming into the pits. Saigate coming in as well then. So that's an interesting start as Saigate fell into the penalty pit lane. That is the slowest speeding penalty I've ever seen in my life. I think he was over 37 miles an hour. No wing change, so it is just pure strategy. And Synchronizer look like the same, so they're pivoting onto the hard compound tyres. Hades is changing a wing, and he's going to put on the medium tyres. Kelvin looks like he's serving a penalty before changing his wing as well. Charlie, we known got damage. He's going on to the hards as well. So half the grid, Joe, are pivoting here. Well, near half the grid are pivoting on this first lap.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if the rest of the boys, the top 6, will they pay? Conti, if they pay, Conti will he will take over as the leading car. But I don't think the top 6 will pay. I think they might just wait it out.
See, the unfortunate thing is they've caught the safety car immediately, so everyone's going to catch up to them. So by the time they make a pit stop the next lap, or sorry, the end of this lap, that they're going to fall all the way behind, and they're now behind everyone else and on the same strategy. I think they have to stay out now. They've been caught unlucky with that, and that others have been able to pit behind them. Because at least if they didn't catch the safety car, then everyone sticks to a delta, and at least they could be able to, that delta is kept, and then that gap is maintained, and you can at least pit under that. But the safety car has immediately got them, and so I'm not sure if I was any of these guys on the softs here. I don't think it'd be worth it to pit now. You lose everything, all the track position. So
yeah, you would, exactly, 100%.
That's a rough one.
But
We'll see what happens though.
yeah, I don't know. No, I won't pay. But we have Lord, or no, Martin not paying.
Yes, no, they're all not budging, and that's the smart thing to do at this stage. So may as well stick it out, save a bit of wear on those softs, get a bit of push in, build a bit of a gap, and then maybe come the end of the race. Because the intention, I assume, with the hards is to go to the end of the race. Now that's going to be difficult. That's going to be very difficult. So they're going to be feeling those effects come the end of the race. So perhaps, as well as being stuck behind each other and squabbling with each other, perhaps then opportunities may lie then for this top 6 on the softs to maybe get back at them later, especially if there's another safety car later on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I believe that all the hard boys in the hards will have to weave constantly, because them hard tires are not very nice under the safety car.
No, gotta keep up those temperatures. Very important to keep the temperatures up, because if you do not keep the temperatures up after safety car restart, especially here, I found as well, it is going to be easy for yourself to end up in P wall. So you'll be P wall if you don't position wall, that is, if you don't warm your tires up properly. Because heading straight out of turn 2, basically, those rears will go on you, and you're going to end up in the wall. And a P0, a P wall, a P dunf will be what you're taking away from this race.
Not even coming out of the last corner.
Oh, we saw that yesterday. You're right. It was poor old Sway.
Yeah.
We're going to find out soon, because safety car is in this lap. Poor old Sway. Was he on mediums? I think he was maybe on mediums even, and he lost it coming out of the last corner. Now I don't want to assume what happened, but it may not have been tyres. It may have just been traction loss, but. It is easy to do, but we're going to find out here. Again, the guys in the softs that we talked about before, not going to be too much of an issue to get these up to speed. You really want to only kind of start weaving the last sector, really, because you don't want to get too much wear on them. But we saw some really good restarts yesterday from Scuba in Division 2. Let's see if Martin can continue that trend. Difficult, of course, with the start-finish line being
right now.
Your green flag. And here he goes. And not a bad restart, to be fair. He is caught Cam napping somewhat, and actually Cam's going to be under pressure. Oh, a collision between Charlie and Key.
Oh, Charlie's in the wall! Last corner, Graham.
Yeah, well, good. Nice one, Joe. You predicted that one pretty well. So he's out of this race, and we won't get another safety car because we just had one, but a successful start then. Restart for Martin. Keeps hold of that position, and Cam then able to pull away from DJ Williamson, who is under pressure from Pariah. And that's for P3. Coming out of this corner, you might see some understeer as well, to be fair. Let's see, anyone on the hards. Oh, see, oh, Saige having to catch the back end there, almost losing it through turn 5. So on those hards, not as straightforward as you may think. We're only on lap 4, Joe, so we have a long way to go. But a successful restart then for Martin, and then Cannon's pulling out a second already. Of course, 3 laps then to wait before the DRS then is enabled after that incident, after the safety car restart. Of course, it is 3 laps, and that's a penalty for accidents. Just saw him caught then the edge of that chicane. Everyone else seems to have gotten through it relatively safely.
Yeah, Key has massive damage on the right side.
He had to lift, didn't he? He had to lift big time through that chicane, but no one really under massive threat at the moment of attacking. Understeer then, dirty air for Cam, being washed through that final corner. But he's got a second, and he sets the fastest lap of the race in the process as well. So Cam then doing quite well. Hades then on the back of Saige. That's a lot of revving in 7th. I'm guessing that's the classic engine glitch. It's good to see that Codemasters have fixed that. Interesting. Charlie saying spun it through 4th on low revs. I'm guessing that it just comes down to tyre temperature then. Was he on mediums? I think he's on hards.
He was on hards, Graham.
So that would explain that, as a key gets by Kelvin. That is for the pride of P12. Curb also might be a possibility, yeah. May have been. But I would have guessed tyres maybe more so than anything else. As a Hades then harassing the back of that Alpha Tauri then, surely looking to make a move. Love the engine glitch, I really do.
No, I don't have that.
Really? Oh, it's just me, so I'll try to limit my onboard interaction, because it is absolutely painful to listen to. Oh, it really is awful. Overtake mode enabled though, as Saige does not, so he's going to go defensive. Oh, comes over a little bit onto his line, and bare exit on bare tyres for Hades then. He should be down the inside, and a bit of argy-bargy. Saige made contact there, I believe, and keeps that place, but as DRS is now enabled. But Hades won't have been too impressed by that, Joe.
No, I won't, no, and I see Nadal close in on Perea.
Goes off the track. Very low on ERS, and his teammate's going to sneak through as well. Axnes then coming through, and he has got plenty of ERS then, so maybe a better candidate perhaps to fight that Williams in front, who's just dropped back. Well, dropped back a good bit. He's 2.6 seconds. I want to see if I can spot any damage. No, it looks okay.
One heads, yeah, he's sorry. Seems alright. So Martin had a 1 second gap to Cam in second, and DJ Wilson 1.4 behind Cam, and then nearly 3 seconds by Pariah,
I think we were going with.
Pariah.
Wax has gone very wide there out of the turn 11 and 12 complex. Picks up another penalty, I believe. I think that's the second one already. Racking those up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Joe. The gaps are quite spread out here through the first, well, at least the top 4. It's behind. It's Pariah. Really, it's proven to be a bit of a cork in the bottle here. Renault's queuing up behind him, and I think sooner rather than later, Conti's going to do the same as well on those mediums.
Yeah, Conti's in a good position at the moment. And here comes Ascanez down the inside.
And fighting back. Very marginal contact, but kept it clean. And Ascanez with the DRS, he'll pull through now. Will Nadal?
And Nadal well. Down the inside.
He goes for it. Yep, he goes for it. Yeah, flex sector 1. I think that is Hades.
Hades, is it?
I think so. Oh. Just in front of Kelvin there. They've lost the back end coming out of turn 2. But the Renaults then are through on Pariah, and let's see then how, now that they've dispatched them, let's see how quickly maybe Conti catches up into the back of that Williams rather. At the front, meanwhile, Cam is using bit of overtake, and he is just about within that DRS range, and he's going to enable it now.
Cam has 27%, and meanwhile Martin has 70%.
I'll tell you who has 0%, Joe, is Pariah. He has 0% ERS, and that's going to allow Conti to catch quick enough then at that rate. Though DRS for that Williams will help, at least for the time being, but with no ERS already, that's a tough spot to be in.
Just realised he's in overtake. Oh, and Nadal actually shafted a pit lane there. But Pariah, yeah, is he's on the overtake fully, like the whole time, bro.
He hasn't turned it off, has he? You have
No,
to,
I
that's the
don't
thing.
think
You
he
have
knows how
to
to turn it off. Press
manually
L1
do it
or-
yourself. So you do. Where is Nadal going to come out then? He's going to come out in relatively... Well, he's going to come out in a lot of clean air, isn't he? So this is where these guys in the hard show are going to emerge into this gap here. A big, big, big gap. On their own.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, Grambo.
Right, so if you're trying to have an undercut, for example, as Cam might want to start considering, there's a bit of space for you to do, because now Cam is in half of 10 now, so having got within DRS now, he's staying there. Let's see how they are through this complex once again. And yeah, going wide there was Cam. A couple of drivers have opted to go for that. In many ways, you might be better off to try and just let the car go rather than trying to fight it and, you know, sharpen your steering lock, because that is the stuff that has led to cars being lost in that section. I suppose you'd rather take a 3-second penalty than a P wall. As Cam's going to dive in. It's the big dunce.
Yeah, I just realised that Lord Holton pitted. I didn't realise that.
At the start of the race, yeah, seems like it. Here's your stop
No,
situation.
pitting
No, he
there,
hasn't. No, he started on hards.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he started on hards. The telemetry in this first stint is usually always wrong. He was the one driver who started on hards.
Oh, he did, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right to spot though, because it did say 0 laps, but no, you are right. Sorry, he is there.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I'm right. Sorry. He's got good pace though. He is on the back of... Oh, to be fair, has Conti lost a bit of time? To be fair, I'm not sure. But he's in a good position, is Holton, to be fair. That's early safety car really did work out quite nicely for him. Is he the net race leader?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the move here. Ooh.
He started on the hards, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, he's got a pit then, so no, he's not the net race leader, but he's definitely putting Conti under a lot of pressure.
Synchronizer is...
Yeah, you're right. It is Synchronizer who is the net race leader at the moment. Don't do it. Around the outside of the chicane. Oh, backs out of it though. And let's see what Synchronizer then could do, as Conti gets a penalty then for exceeding track limits. Running very close, so Synchronizer have a go. It's going to be tough with DRS then on the back of that racing point then. Let's see if Martin responds. No, Martin carries on. So he's not responding to that undercut. But some strong pace here from Lord Holton. I want to see if there's any damage. Oh, no damage on that Red Bull, but he's just really struggling. And a big bottleneck is being created, and surely this is going to be the run. Holton will get through, and Synchronizer is going to have to try and follow suit as well. He can't afford to be losing time here behind, and Conti doesn't fight it, so that's big then. Now, how quickly can Saiga get past that Red Bull then as well? As Kelvin and Cam side by side. Of course, Cam has just made a stop, so that is where we stand. To be fair, Cam, contact between Conti
and Conti.
Yeah, big contact. But Saige is through. Cam's not that far behind, having not made a stop. He might be able to make this work for him yet.
Cam has stopped, Graham.
Yeah, he had to make a stop. Sorry, he has made a stop, sorry. He's made a stop, and these guys in front of him have also made a stop. But he's not too far behind.
Yeah, but the boys in front aren't gonna... Their tyres won't last, so they're gonna have to stop again.
A safety car would help them massively.
Exactly, yeah.
But arguably, not even right now. It's too soon right now. If a safety car came out right now, that wouldn't help, because mediums wouldn't go to the end either. So
and
the lap,
Martin stays out again.
That 15 maybe range would be a 14-15 range might be the way. So Martin here is clearly, I think, just as Zijo Instant peels in. So Martin is clearly conceded track position here to Cam. So he's going to have to go and beat him another way then, because it's far too late to respond to the undercut, because that's not happening.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Set of hards for DJ Williamson.
So he's going to fish out just behind Cam.
Be
Or maybe more. Askin, no. Yeah, just in front of Askins.
Axnes.
Askines. I can't pronounce that name, sorry.
Took me a while too. That's actually worked out quite well for DJ Williamson. Nice little bit of ground there. He's emerged in 4.4 behind Kelvin, and in front then of Axnes and Nadal. So that's worked out nicely enough then. DJ Williamson might get a podium as we predicted, Joe.
Yeah. I know, yeah. I predicted that.
You did.
The ERS is not pretty for most people here.
Why don't you go through the ERS, Joe, of some of these drivers?
So Martin has 62. Lord Holton has 27. Stephen Ryder has 8 or 6. Saiget has 43. Conti has 43. Cam has 43, but he's using overtake. Kelvin has 3. DJ Williamson has 30 and falling. 57 for Asknes. Nadal, 20. And Pariah, he might well have 0, because he's just an overtake constantly.
Yeah, it hasn't turned it off.
30 and Key with 60. And Martin says out again.
Oh, here's an interesting comment. This could help. If you struggle with Axnes, you could call her by her real name, Alexandra.
Oh, so Asknes is... Ah. Okay.
So that is
Alexandra.
very useful information indeed. Thank you very much.
Thanks TNR Jobogan. Thank you.
You butchered his name as well.
That's his name, Jobogan.
Jobogan? Would you not say Bogan?
No, Jobogan.
Okay. Please let me know. So, if that was wrong as well. So, I don't have too much issue with Axnes, but Joe apparently does. So,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Joe, there's not a lot going on in this race at the moment. We're waiting for people to pit, and speak of that,
The devil.
yes, Martin is in.
And his teammate will take over as race leader.
Now, I thought this might be the case. Some mediums then going on to that racing point, so that would be why he tried to extend as much as he did. Because Cam, as he lines up a move on Conti here for P4 then. So then Martin is going to come out in front of Kelvin. But behind, obviously, Conti. Kelvin's on old hards.
Yeah, so DJ Williamson's after losing out a bit now, to be fair. Well, he's
he was
only
net
3
P3.
seconds, really.
You always get separation with this stints. He was effective net P3. He's going to still be a net effective P3. The only thing that's changed is that now Martin has to make a move then for the lead of this race on Cam. That is going to be something he has to do to win this race. Well,
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
to be fair, actually, if you check for me,
Penalties.
Joe, if you please, yes, because Cam I know has got 1. I don't know about Martin.
No.
Okay, so right now he does not have to overtake to win this race, but there is still over half this race to go. So we shall.
Others.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's more than half of this race to go.
Yeah,
A lot
there's,
to
I was
unfold
thinking about it in
potentially.
thirds. I was thinking about it in thirds, but never mind. My maths is bad.
We're over a third through it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, nearly, yeah.
Two Renaults getting
So-
nice and close though, to be fair. Behind
As
as Conti then pits, behind DJ Williamson and Kelvin, of course. See if DJ Williamson can
So
make this
I
move.
believe Lord Holton will spawn a softs at lap 21 or 20.
Seems to be the strategy.
I believe now.
Coming in from hards. DJ Williamson got by Kelvin then as Axnes tries to do the same. Ooh, bit of a slide in the back end. Keeps hold of it though, and has her teammate behind. The form of Nadal, excuse me. Kicking a bit of grass then as well. Taking your job, Joe, cutting that grass.
Yeah, haven't caught it in ages.
It's summertime, why not?
Ah, it's raining, Graham. You know Ireland, Graham. It's always raining, like, you know.
I do.
Even today it was raining. I was meant to come home from work and cut the grass, but no, the rain decided to come out.
I intended that to be a 10-second conversation, and you have made it doubly so. Cam on the back of Psygate, this should be a fairly... Well, maybe not, because Psygate's got DRS to a synchronizer in front of him. So maybe not a straightforward overtake though, as access round the outside. Very nice move indeed. Takes P7 off of Kelvin, see if Nadal can follow suit. A very impressive move indeed. As a Cam then, Psychic goes defensive. Oh, Cam on the outside, but the contact wheel to wheel. But Psychic holding on to that position. At least for the time being.
Nadal and Kelvin going side by side.
Oh, contact!
Oh!
All the way outside. But the Renault is through. And, well, there's one way to do it. Oh, I thought Cam's going to leave the nose in there. So still behind for the time being. Feel free to educate me on all the Norwegian names. I'm all down for that as Key gets by Hades then. As a Cam, is he going to go for it this time? Down the inside. Tell you, this is going to end in an accident because Psyche is fighting this very hard. It's going to end up surely with Psyche turning in and then Cam maybe leaving the car in there, and that car is going to get pinched.
Yeah. If he gets a good run now of this corner, he'll set himself up, but I don't think he has.
No, and his ERS is quite low
Maybe
as well.
set up for turn 2 or turn 3. Bit of a bad entry into that corner. He's a bit too far back now, I think. Maybe he should save it for the next lap. Save ERS and... Sorry, Graham.
Might be tough because...
very wide.
It's a penalty for it. Might be tough because he's actually within... he's just very close to that DRS range of synchronizer. And if he does get DRS, then that's going to make things for Cam that much harder. As Axton is then hunting down DJ Williamson.
Oh, he's going for the dive!
Oh, I saw a bit of wing flying off. I think that might be Cam's.
Cam left hand side.
Yeah, it is. And this seemed inevitable, Joe, that there was going to be an accident or damage or something. And now the challenge will be to try and keep it together through that turn 11 and 12 as Martin is closing rapidly on this. I think the bit of weaving there from Cam, he is not too impressed.
No, he's not. But like I told you, he should have just waited. There was no, like, you can't really go for a move there. Like, you know, like what's going to happen. Like, and now he's just going to struggle now.
He's going to be a duck. He's going to be a.
Because Martin is on his gearbox right now. Oh, Martin picked up a penalty.
It does. Might not matter as much in the grand context of this race now that Cam has got wing damage, but if anything, Cam just needs to sit behind here. Or sorry, Martin just needs to sit behind here and let this unfold. Because, or at least wait for a presentable opportunity and not force anything, because this can be pretty dodgy stuff up here. Doesn't need to force anything. There's still a lot left in this race to unfold.
Nearly 13 laps.
The only thing that might be difficult for Martin is that he might be just better off hoping that his running out of 11 and 12 with a full front wing is best option, or out of the last corner as well.
Yeah, I believe Cam's going to be slow anyways. Look, yeah, Cam picks up another penalty. But he's in the yellow. I think he's going to size up a move. So he gets squeezed.
It's going to end in a lot of frustration, and that'll make things easier then for Martin. Has to be careful. Oh, thinks better of it, to be fair.
Yeah, he is struggling. You can see by the car, like, he can't turn it in.
I was pushing
but Martin's going to absolutely gobble him up here in turn 2.
Yeah, you'd imagine. stay on board. Let's find out. Of course, the only thing saving Cam this stage is the DRS, but eventually that's not going to last forever. Will he leave it? Will he go for it again? So Martin's taking the sensible. He's taking the approach though that you recommended Cam to do.
Just take it easy, like. He's so close, like. But all this battling is really kind of bringing DJ Williamson kind of into it this now, to be fair.
Has DJ Williamson got any penalties? Or many penalties, rather?
I'll have a
That
gander.
could end up being a factor, because DJ Williamson is dragging with him the two Renaults as well.
All the boys, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he's one, Graham.
boy and girl. Want to be correct. Cam's onto the grass this time. He's kept control of it, but the overspeed might be enough this time for Martin to file through. Again, DRS is saving the skin there of Cam, because Saiga hasn't been able to drop him either.
As Asknes. Oh,
Went for it.
oh, that glitch. Get on my ear.
So I was trying to stick closest back to the front and trying to flip-flop between the two. I think Cam's going to hold on for this for the time being, but Axnes might get the move done. Oh, but Farage, though, heading out of that last corner, was getting close. Let's see this time then for Martin.
Martin's closer now, Graham. Gonna try it.
Since
He's gonna do it.
Any to do it. Here we
Down
go
the
then.
inside. Oh,
Bit of
bit contact. Oh, he pushed him off wide.
A bit forceful, but that won't be helping Cam's move. But Martin is through then. And that is Martin into P4 then. Now, how does he navigate Sygate then?
Saiga.
Proving to be a bit of a roadblock in front. A moving roadblock at that. As Axnes then again hustling and Harry in the back of that Alfa Romeo. Not a lot of ERS though to fight with. I think she is quicker. If almost a loser there. Another penalty though. Racking the penalties up. Is Axnes. The overspeed is
Martin
good.
is all over
Oh,
Saiga.
contact! The back Axnes may have misjudged the break, and then Martin is through. Sorry for missing that. I was just looking at Axnes then as Psyche dived into the pistons. That doesn't really matter anyways. And Axnes then just looked like mistimed the break, and then it's damaged the wing. And that's a shame, because that's a good points result then. Down the drain it seems. As Lord Holton is into the pits then as well. Not on a set of 18 lap old softs, but a fresh set of softs. And is Pariah. You can feel free to correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Actually, please tell me if I'm saying that correctly or not. Pariah.
No, you're not. You're wrong.
Well, I'd appreciate the input of our Norwegian viewers for that. So Psyche then comes out in 11th, just behind Hades then, and then just in front of Conti then. A very lonely race for Key in the end. Like the fish. See, I'm not too familiar with the fish, you see. So Lord Holton then comes in 8th. The gaps you can see.
Lord Holton, Graham, he will be rapid.
I'm trying to think how high he can get up this field then.
I think he'll finish third.
Third. It's about 7, 8, 10 seconds approximately more between
He can do
Cam and Holton. He's got 10 laps, including one
I
run to
believe
do
he
it.
Believe he can do it, Graham.
Well, Martin sets the fast
Martin
lap.
sets the fast lap.
This should be a fairly straightforward. Oh, hold on a second. Nadell and DJ Williamson squabbling away. This is for P4 on the outside. Oh, this is an unusual overtaken spot. Oh, bit of contact. And contact again. Oh,
he spun!
Yeah, that was a tough one. That's a tough one. It's a penalty to add insult to injury. And Axnes is out of the race, retiring in the pit lane. As Kelvin then back to DJ Williamson now as well.
And look where Lord Holton is, Graham.
I'll tell you who his teammate is though, Joe, right on the back of Synchronizer. DRS then, I think Synchronizer is he's gonna wave him through, to be fair. He literally went so wide, and then Martin decided to pick up the slipstream, but Synchronizer has just basically surrendered P2. Very much knows what is and isn't his fight. As Lord Holden gets a 3-second penalty, so he's got through Kelvin then, as Lord Holden, if you're watching that. And he's going to get DJ Williamson pretty soon as well. And Pariah then. Common saying, like the deadly fish, so I'm guessing then Piranha is...
Yes.
Is the fish now, I realise. But... Oh, tell me this. Is Pariah the Norwegian for Piranha then? That might make more sense, as Holton then sets a fast lap of the race and goes through on DJ Williamson. Maybe that's why it is. Oh,
he's on the grass, Graham. He's on the grass.
Misses the corner, and actually DJ Williamson made contact with the back of that right rear of Lord Holton, and that's why I think he didn't actually get through, even though he had the overspeed. Okay, that makes more sense then. Pariah then is the Norwegian for Piranha. That makes sense. But if I'm saying Pariah right, then I'm not too upset then. But I'm going to leave it at that. Then I'm going to keep saying Pariah. Yeah.
No, I'm going to call him so.
It's good to get this stuff out of the way on round 1.
Yeah, it's glad that's after happening.
Well,
I think Synchronizers. I'm going to get a P2.
Well, let's see what his teammate, if his teammate can reel him in, like, reel him in like a piranha.
He has damage on both sides, Graham, so I don't think so.
Oh, that's right, Cam is nursing damage, isn't he? And now both sides as well, as you say. So, yeah, I think you're right, Joe. I think you're right. No, piranha is the word for the deadly fish. I'm glad we're all learning a bit more about other languages today. Well, not just Norwegian, English as well.
Yeah.
Joe, it's very much spread out now. There's not a lot going on. I think the only thing we've got to see is Nadal getting up to maybe P3, catching Camp with that damage, as you mentioned, on both sides. And Lord Holton then behind that.
Okay. And else you want to input?
Were you going to say something? I think
no, I just realised that Lord Holton's catching like a madman. But his tyres shall die soon.
How old are they? Well,
but Martin has a penalty.
How many
2 penalties
Joe,
at that.
does a Synchronizer have? Because that could be an interesting turn, interesting twist.
None.
So Martin has to pull out then 2 seconds between now and the end of this race to win this Grand Prix, is what you're saying to me.
But remember, Synchronizer pitted lap 1 for them tyres. Lap 1. I know this man is an animal with tyres, but lap 1, Graham.
So, for context, Synchronizer in various F1 games, very good on his tyres. I've seen this man do super softs to softs in Hungary in the past. That is not an easy feat to do, and he did it easily. So, if there is one man, Joe, who can make these tyres last, it is Synchronizer.
Yeah, but like the gap is like it's going up.
It is going up very quickly.
And Piranha is after leaving the session. I think he's after lagging out.
From P7, so he's got a bit of time. He's got 7 seconds to try and get back into that car. The gap, although to be fair, that's going to be no pun intended. That's going to be eaten up very quickly, Joe, by Sidegate on those fresh softs.
Yeah. But there is one gap getting close. It's Nadal on Cam.
Rapidly getting closed. In fact, I don't think he's going to last heading into turn 1. Because the run that Nadal is going to get then after the end of this last turn, it's going to be pretty almighty. Let's see. Dirty here,
They're dialing it up already. Overtake. DRS. Locked and loaded. Move to the left hand side. Cam's gonna try and fight it.
Shouldn't fight it,
Gonna
really.
get squeezed.
He's lucky to get away with just that. I'm sorry, there's absolutely 0 point fighting that. Absolutely none when that is the condition of the wing. I know it's for a podium, but that could have ended so much worse for Nadal and Cam. And that could have wrecked both their races right there and then. That would have been... To be fair, you could say the same thing, like, okay, maybe Nadal should wait to turn 3. But when you get to that point, you got a car side by side you with your wing, the damage that is, that would have been a poor choice. Have your intervals disappeared, Joe, or is that just me?
Yes, I have, because Piranha is after joining back.
That is what it is. So we're going to have to guess on some of these gaps. None of them are really close anyways, apart from the one we're looking at now, which is Lord Holton and
Holton.
Cam.
Lord Holton absolutely closing in that gap. He's catched him already. Cam's going to try and defend it again. He's going to
Don't do it.
He's getting pushed wide.
Very stubborn in his defence of these positions, Joe.
Yes, it is. It's like, to be fair, I think he should just pit, like, really.
I don't disagree with him staying out. You may as well stay out for the position, but no point with a car side by
He might
side.
well now, now here comes Lord Holton, like an absolute bolt.
A Bolton, you might
He's
say.
the move.
A Lord Bolton.
Yeah, so Martin is pulling out a 7.8 gap, Graham, on synchronizer.
And assuming he doesn't get another penalty in these last few laps, I think that is enough of a gap that he shall require.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a little nose here.
Have a little nose. Our timing screens have got back to normal, thankfully.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Third place, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Oh my. 1.
Is there something that's caught your eye?
5. Yeah, we'll see after this.
Well, as you're counting there, Key on softs is closing in quickly on his teammate Conti. This is for the pride of P10. You guys fast.
Well, remember, Graham, everybody gets points.
Indeed.
Except the dumps.
Except the dumps, the DNFs, the dumps. And P20, I believe.
Yes.
Which doesn't apply here. So there's our fastest lap at the moment. It is held by Key, 22.4. He's the only man in the 22s. So that is where your extra point is going to go.
And I believe Martin was pole, wasn't he?
If you check the position change, that is indeed the case.
I believe he gets 2 points for... Maybe he doesn't. I don't know if they're doing it like that. I thought he got two points for pole.
Oh.
And there's a incident sector 3.
Kelvin is bumped into the what separates the pit lane from the pit straight. A common occurrence sometimes at Hungary. Wow, he is sped in from there. That is
what?
That's
what are you doing? Why is he retiring? Like, he's getting
It was so egregious that Joe Corby decided to mute his microphone. So he's in disbelief. But yes, a retirement is unnecessary.
There's no point to retire.
Especially because we've just started lap 28. So only a few laps to limp out. Well,
yeah, Lord Holton, I think, is going to catch Nadal, Graham.
I was just going to say, Joe, you stole the words right out of my mouth. I actually thought he might not, because he was like 3 seconds behind, like a lap or two ago. So this gap is coming down quickly. You did, to be fair. Now, hold on, to be fair, I don't think he would have got that far if DJ Williamson hadn't popped off the back of that car. To be fair.
I suppose, yeah.
But
I agree.
Yes, you are technically correct. In your...
bow down to me.
I will certainly not do that. As well, speaking of DJ Williamson, Joe, he himself is rapidly catching Cam. And he's going to find that that is going to be easier said than done to overtake that car. And Cygate
Yeah, it's going
catching
to be
up on the
tough,
back of
alright.
Pariah as well. So some cars finally, Joe, closing up to each other as this race is going to tick down.
To be fair, Nadal is catching Synchronizer as well. He's not that far behind, but like, yeah, he is 3.8. But like, you know, like
Well,
compared to before,
a puncture, Joe, could easily occur.
Graham, don't curse. That is a commentator's curse.
That
Don't
is
say that.
that is absolutely a commentator's curse. I'm so sorry. Oh, if that happens, the poor chap's going to hate me. Oh, a bit of contact, I think. The back of that Haas got a bit of a love tap there from the Alfa Romeo as we are on the final lap of the race. See if VJ Williamson can make this move hanging down to turn one. He's not gone off ERS3 to fight it.
Don't. Wait.
Martin then a commanding lead. Last chance then. Well, no, not last chance, but second last chance then. DJ Williamson then to get by. Cam goes defensive, tries to squeeze back over onto the racing line. No room there, and Holton is right there as well on Nadal for the final podium spot. At least for now, he's pushing that Haas through. So is DJ Williamson. Let's go quickly back to Lord Holton. Nothing doing there. Surely then the run down towards turn number 10, or number 9 rather. He's going to go for it. Nos doesn't quite get there, but let's see then Nadal. Can he hold on? As DJ Williamson getting onto the grass there, almost don't know where to look. As Martin Bell is round in the final corner, we're going to quickly watch this. Dominating the performance, he wins the Australian Grand Prix. Holton then is just behind. DJ Williamson then is going to get around the outside.
Is off.
Oh,
he
around the
gets
outside.
it.
That's a beautiful move. Synchronizer then is going to take a well-earned P2. Oh, and into the wall goes Cam.
Oh, Cam is in the wall.
So in he flies, and that is quite the end. Then Synchronizer did indeed finish second. Nadal then in third. A penalty then meant the Lord. A few penalties then.
Oh, contact!
Didn't
Keys
get that.
after mowing Hayes out of the way. And he lets him back through.
To be fair. So I missed that as we're watching some of the other cars go across the line. But Lord Holton then takes fourth. Pariah then fifth. DJ Williamson sixth. Cam seventh. Conti eighth. Key ninth. Hades ninth. Or 10th rather, and Cygate then will round out our 11 finishers, Joe, if he does indeed make it to the finish line.
I believe you will, Graham. You just, yeah. Come on. Outfielder as well, yeah.
Yeah, Cam is not too pleased. And a very deserving driver of the day for Lord Holton. Starting from the back. I think that's fair. So Joe, some interesting racing there. What was your take on all that in the end?
I believe there was a lot of penalties when I was looking through the race director, but we can work on that. I don't know, it's Lord Martin is quick.
Yes.
Well done, Synchronizer, on not getting any pens, the only person on the grid. Congratulations.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know, Graham. It's going to be a good division to commentate on.
I think so as well. If anything, if tonight was any indication. So a final run then Martin then winning by 9 seconds in the end after penalties. Synchronizer, excellent job for him in second. Nadal then third. Lord Holton fourth. Pariah in fifth. DJ Williamson sixth. Cam then disappointing seventh from second. Then Conti eighth. Key ninth. Hades 10th. Psyche then rounds out our finishing cars in 11th. We lost from this race Kelvin, Axnes, Charlie, and Robin. I forgot I only started with 15 cars. But there you go.
Yeah.
That is your lot for the Australian Grand Prix. Joseph Corboy, would you like to tell us what is next?
As in F1 or other activities on this channel.
What is the next venue?
The next venue is Hanoi in Vietnam. That is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock with Kieran and James Head.
No,
Thursday is.
that's all. That's all I need. That was excellent, Joe. I put you on the spot.
I,
And
I
you
got
did.
lost.
No, that's good, Joe. Vietnam is indeed the next one, and you've mentioned our excellent commentators who will be taking to the action then. But do stay posted on the Twitter for any updates as well. That information will, of course, be available there as well. But on behalf of Joseph Corboy and myself, thank you very much for watching. And until next time.
Bye, lad.